Thank you for joining me. I just had this thing bugging me. So I just had a YouTuber, um, White Dove Outpouring, who is Kaitlyn Ramirez, have a dream about flooding. She said at first it looked like the dome of the White House, but then it looked like California. So I researched this, and Amanda Grace had a similar dream. It says, warnings in a recent live stream, Amanda Grace issued a prophetic warning about the Los Angeles fires, emphasizing the need for intercession for California. She suggests that these events could be a form of divine purging due to prevailing sins and darkness in certain areas. Then Perry Stone also, and it's been I think it's been continual. Perry Stone gets visions, but they keep coming back year after year, which is like, I think the Lord is saying, hey, I said, which means it's important. So Perry Stone's perspective was, he discussed the possibility that California fires might be a form of selective judgment, exploring whether these disasters are man-made, natural, or a form of chastisement. Then we have Chris Reid. In a prophecy dated February 11th, 2019, Chris Reid spoke of significant rainfall and flooding in California, suggesting that such events would precede a spiritual revival in the state. He mentioned California will see a huge amount of flooding and rainfall, snow melting that will cause mudslides in the Spirit LA, and Southern California will explode with revival. Earthquake activity. Reid also predicted an increase in earthquake activity, not as a form of judgment, but as a means to shake California loose of the burdens and bands of wickedness. He emphasized that this shaking would lead to a spiritual awakening before any significant judgment. So I was just pricked in my heart to look it up. So that makes 4. Amanda Grace, Perry Stone, Kaitlyn Ramirez from White Dove Outpouring, and Chris Reid. 4 people that have had the same prophetical insight. And Kaitlyn did say, Mrs. Ramirez said that she felt it was a sign of a coming revival. She felt in her spirit that's what it was. And it seems like the other prophetical words say about the same thing. I had a dream not about coming revival, but the status of California being lax and, how do you say, backslidden kind of, to where they, as far as I know, they had outlawed the Bible. And so Kaitlyn saw a dome, which I think represents the legal part of California, and that legal part of California is outlawing the Bible and condoning same-sex marriage. And the laws in California are not good. So in my heart, I feel it's a judgment, that they're sinning, and the Lord is tapping on their shoulder and kind of warning them and saying, I'm going to give you a chance. Kind of like a kid, in the school when they first mess up in the courtyard, and the teacher says, I'm giving you a warning. This is just a nice warning. And they make them do like a squat, maybe for a minute, till their legs are sore. And that's their warning. It's the little paddle on the back of the hand, which would try to avoid having the Lord get any more serious, because if he gets serious, it's not a good thing. People die when the Holy Father gets serious. So I feel with the dome, it had to do with the legal aspect of California, and that's why the floods are coming, because of their laws. They have bad laws, and you have to look at the seasons and the times. Look at all the people saying the same thing. Many warnings coming out. Warnings came also before those floods in Tennessee and North Carolina and Florida hit. Perry, the Holy Father, kept giving Perry Stone many warnings about this. In other words, they were saying, can you please safeguard your homes? You know, a parent will warn and warn, the kid doesn't take heed, and what happens? Disaster.